Hey guys, I'm here with my good friend Megan Fox.
Yay!
She has left Machine Gun Kelly at home.
Yes.
And she's going to talk all about travel and spirituality and Pat Benatar and yoga because she works out with me. So.
I do work out with you.
Yeah.
You weren't there this morning, though.
I know. You know, I had all good intentions of going. I set my alarm, but my dogs woke me up in the middle of the night, and then I had shut my door, and then I realized my cat was in there, and so.
Oh, and did she meow and wake
then
you up?
he meowed, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had
You
to
got
turn
that
all the
Maine-
lights on because it was dark.
You got that big old Maine Coon cat, too.
It was.
It was
I had
up
to
in your
turn the
face.
light on because I couldn't see where he was. He was hiding somewhere, so it was just like a thing. So I was kind of mad about it.
Yeah, well, I went.
I know you.
And I
went.
was running
I thought I
late.
would see you because I actually went and sat in the sauna, so it would seem like I did a workout.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just walked down and been like, I was in there. You didn't see me? I was right in the back corner.
Oh, you were in the dry sauna. I was in the wet sauna.
No, I'm talking about you could have walked in. You could have walked up to the class and been like, I was in there the whole time. I was in the back. I wouldn't have known because you've been all wet and sweaty.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
See? You know.
By the way, this side note: have you been in that wet sauna?
No, it's
lately?
gross.
Well, it's even creepier because now the light is flashing, so I feel like I'm like in an insane asylum.
I do the dry one. I don't like the wet one.
Yeah, well, people talk too much in that dry sauna.
Yes, they do talk a lot. Yeah.
It wears me out. It's all I can do.
Yeah, there's
to
a lot
keep
of
quiet.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you don't get that in the wet sauna. At
I
all.
don't.
Yeah.
It's real steamy. I start kind of feeling like I'm in a gas chamber when it starts coming out, and then it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I can imagine what it's like. So
Yeah.
I have like all these feelings, but it's too hot to like escape. You have to
All
wait.
these feelings.
You have all these feelings that come up, and then you have to wait until it's over, and then you dart out because you can get burned. It's
That's the
Yeah.
best part when you're just like suffocating and like you're questioning whether you want to
exactly. I'm trying not to have a panic attack, and I'm
That's
just,
what I feel like in the wet one. It's like, ooh, and then
it's-
stuff's dripping on me, and I'm like, I
I'm
don't know
already a
what's.
little claustrophobic. I can't do the wet sauna.
Yeah, because you can't
see.
see anything, and I don't know. It's just.
But no one talks. That's what's so great about it.
That is true. If you go both headphones, nobody talks in the dry one, but then all your equipment, like your headphones
Yeah,
and stuff,
they'll
are in
start
110
to die.
degree freaking
Yeah.
heat. So kind of a catch-22 there.
Yeah.
It is
What kind of yoga do you guys do?
hot.
Hot.
Hot. There we go.
Hot Angie Kirk yoga.
Yeah, so we work out together.
We do.
And with Angie Kirk, who's going to be on the podcast at some point.
Yes, she will.
And she's a
A firecracker.
taskmaster.
Yeah.
She just,
We work out hard. Yeah.
I'm
It's-
sore from yesterday.
Yes, my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she is too, because we were talking about that. We did those
Yeah.
things. So you did, yeah. So,
It
and
was
I
good.
was gone all last week.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so where were you?
I was in Punta Cana.
Nice. In the DR.
In the DR, I stayed at the W. It's the new Marriott W.
So why were you there?
It's for E3. It's a one of our suppliers. One of our best suppliers is Classic Vacations, and they offer. So basically, they have relationships with all these different hotels, and we stayed at the W, and we got to meet all the different BDMs and sales people for each Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt. I mean, you
Just
name
trying
it.
to have a relationship with them so you can.
Correct, because
Okay.
our clients are all different and all their needs and wants are different. So there's something for everyone. So
Yeah.
I got to meet with several of them and get to know. I got to meet with the head of tourism in DR, which was amazing. Like to learn about. There's like a lot of history some people already know, but that was
Yeah.
where Christopher Columbus landed first, and his house is still there. And I say landed. Like he flew in. So, I mean, his house is still there. There's this old ancient church, and they have this like colonial town in Santo Domingo that like people get married there. I mean, it was just really neat to learn. They're trying to expand beyond just the beach, and they're trying to get more and more people interested in their history and that kind of thing. So it was really.
People in the DR? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
These people?
Dominicans, yeah, they're so fun. My
Okay.
goal
Did you
was
dance? Did you salsa dance?
they made me do some kind of dance, and it was not salsa, whatever I was doing.
Dominican? Bachata.
I don't know what it was, but it was scary. I'm sure there's video footage somewhere out there. And they just
Was it fast footwork?
Well, she was going fast. I wasn't. I was like, oh, she like pulled me over and got me up there. It was at the Majestic. So different resorts hosted us each night. So it was Majestic one night, and then it was Secrets Tides. Am I saying? I think it's Secrets Tides. Yeah. I'm
Are
still
these
in a whirlwind.
all-inclusive places?
All
Or are they-
inclusive, except St. Regis was not. That's another Marriott property that we went to. All great properties, all have different feels. Majestic was very like a night of the like actually experiencing Dominican culture, like their dancing, their food. The food was
Yeah.
amazing.
So what'd you eat besides plantains? Fried
I did eat some plantains,
Yeah. Rice and beans.
rice and beans. Oh my gosh, they take rice and beans and make it like. How did you do that with some rice and beans? You know, you think rice, beans, you know,
Are there
Dave
avocados
Ramsey,
there?
beans and rice and beans. No, these were good, huh?
Are there avocados there? Because like in Puerto Rico, there's huge avocados like the size of my head.
I did not see avocados there.
Okay.
That
Must
doesn't
be a
mean they
San
didn't have. They had
Juan
guacamole and stuff, so I'm assuming they are there.
Yeah.
They have trouble growing. They grow all the same kind of island foods like that. Coconuts everywhere. There was like dead coconuts, like broken in the middle of the road. They had coconuts. They had obviously plantains.
Did you
They
go
grow-
see any like wildlife or anything? Like, are there?
No, because it was work. I mean, we were.
Okay.
I arrived a day early and kind of and I still had to do my other work, which is like when people are traveling or doing quotes or whatever. So I was trying to like, I padded it because I don't like to come and then go real quick. I'm just that's
Tell
yes.
everybody what you. Will you tell everybody what you do? Also. So
You are you
we talk about this sometimes about whenever you
Oh,
know
right,
when
right.
you know somebody, you just like go straight in. But back up for us just
Okay.
real quickly. So what capacity
So I
were you
am
there?
a part owner of a travel company, travel agency is LMV Travels or Travel Consultants. My partner is Lindsay Robertson, now Moore. She hasn't changed her name officially yet, but we started this company about a year ago, and I mean we've built and we have about 6 advisors under us now. 3 are a little more seasoned, 3 are a little bit newer.
Did you
And
take my position that you were gonna offer me?
You can still
so?
have it any whenever you're ready to build your retreats. You let me know.
So I was thinking about dipping my toe into what she was doing, and then I got really overwhelmed.
and some of that overwhelmed was me trying to talk to her about it. Which, when you're very passionate about your work, you, like I just did, and you don't even tell them like what I do. They're probably like, what is she talking about? Yeah. So I get really excited, and I sometimes go on and on.
I'm the same way. We had a very similar conversation where I'm like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, and she was super excited. But I'm the same way. I'm good with big things. I get overwhelmed by small details, so I get it. 100%.
Yeah. When you,
It was a lot. I went over to your house and I thought, okay, for me, travel agent, I'm thinking, how hard can this be? I mean, I just get on a computer and I say, where do you want to go? And then I just start Googling stuff for them. And then I set it up. And then I go, here it is. And
It wasn't
this is
like
how much
that.
it
It's
is.
not like- yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, some of it is doing that, but it's
you started out really slow, and I was like, I can do this. And then you
Yeah.
did some add-ons. Wait a minute.
Ran the speed up on you a little bit.
I mean, it was just like add on, and well, hold on, let me back up, and we're going to do it this way, and then hold on, now you're going to have to do this. But once you get this done, then you can
it
move
was-
to this.
What I
And
was
then,
showing you, I remember is you were talking
and
about.
then I just checked out.
Yeah, she checked out.
I was like,
said, and then
went
I just
offline.
She was like,
totally.
there was nothing there, and I was just going on and on. Well, because you were talking to me about a trip. Remember, it was you wanted to do some like northeast.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
was showing you all the different
wanted to go
things, and
New
you kind of
England-
started
New
crossing your
England
eyes. Like you were like,
Well, unbox
Yeah.
that a little bit because I think that's got to be fascinating to everybody else. I would assume too, like the ins and outs of what you do. First of all, like the fact that you just got into it. I mean, how did you get into it? Why did you get into it? But also, like what you guys are talking about. What were you in that specific case? Let's say unboxing for her that went from like okay, this is to like overwhelming. Like, what is the ins and outs of what you do?
So the ins and outs are, I mean, as an owner is a little different than, just being an advisor. You have to make sure that all of your advisors' clients are happy as well as your own. And so, and it's a lot. And I would never, ever, ever do this without a partner because her and I are total, we're opposites in the right ways.
Yin and yang.
The yin and yang.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's very
Peanut butter and jelly.
yes, like her personality and my personality just go well together. And but we also like if she's gone, because she's actually in the DR. She just got back today. At some point, she might already be back, but she went for a few days to check out some sites and if she needs help, if she needs me to step in, that's what I do. Same thing when I'm there. If I need her to step in,
Right.
because we're trying to eventually we are hosting a wedding
Nice.
in Mexico together.
A destination wedding.
A destination wedding, and so that's going to be. I say it's going to be fun, but she says it's going to be work.
So like for that, are you functioning as the wedding planner too?
No. So, and this is Lindsay's client. So she basically you set up all the rooms and you set up like you pass the wedding part to the planner, is what I
Okay.
understand.
So you don't get to
resort.
actually go. to the
Well,
wedding.
they don't always invite you, but I think they did invite Lindsay. But she and I want to be working. We want to make sure everyone's happy, so we don't want to be sitting there, partying with the wedding
Yeah.
group.
Oh, that would be fun though.
Yeah, it is going to be a lot of fun, and we'll get we'll get the scoop on where we're going and everything. So, and I haven't been to Mexico yet, so
Okay.
I'm trying. I'm in Europe. I love Europe. I have a specialty in Europe, if
Yeah.
you will, having been there. But I'm trying to expand.
I do want to go to Europe, but I'm heavy into Mexico right now, or
Okay.
Puerto Rico. Colombia is the next place I want to go.
Okay.
But it's,
Well, you need
it's
to check
all
out. You know
revolving
where you
around
need
dance.
to check out is a very spiritual place. It's incredible. Going into the spiritual part is San Miguel de Allende. I think it's like it looks like a Europe. I might have botched that.
Where?
It's in the middle. It's not like a coastal.
How do you know it's
town.
spiritual?
My mentor, Tambi, just went and got certified for hypnosis there, and she told me all about it.
Okay.
It was really, really cool.
Okay.
And she showed us all the photos, and I've actually gotten requests for that place. It's becoming more popular because it's like I think like a 45-minute flight if you want to go like 3 days there and 3 days at the beach.
Okay.
Can't remember the name of the beach that's closest, but it looks really, really cool. I mean, yeah, so that's you should check that out.
Okay. So you were talking about it's a spiritual place. So I want to keep talking about travel agent, but I want to talk more about like
The other things that I do. Yes.
She's just jumping out of her seat.
I'm so excited. Because I will say I've always been fascinated with like medium, with the TV show. Remember the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
It was great. But
Yeah.
then I jumped on to just psychics in general and mediums and that world. It just fascinates me. So my question to you is, when did you kind of go, I mean, were you doing like the whole Sixth Sense, I see dead people kind of thing? Or were you, did you just wake up like in the middle of the night and someone was hovering over you? Or is
No,
it
that
just
would
a
creep me out.
feeling? Like, because when you walked into this Airbnb, you were like, okay, there's like something's going on
There's
here.
some spiritual energy in here, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is it's more. It's not nefarious or anything. Like that's
So it's good. It's happy people.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got history. So, and anytime you have a history in a place, you can kind of read the history as well as a medium.
So do you just feel it in your bones? Like, did you? Did someone smack you in
Okay,
the
I
face?
gotta start from the beginning then.
Like,
okay, so as a little girl,
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them were not actually people. Like I say that because souls would get angry at me. But yeah, so souls are either in a body or they're not. Okay, I don't know how many that I was seeing as a child could have possibly not really been in a body because
Yeah.
when I was real little, there
Like
was
what's real little? Like
3.
kindergarten? Okay.
I remember I woke up from a nap and there was a man in my bed, but it was a disembodied head,
Okay.
which is a little creepy. And he was trying to talk to me. So I ran into my mom's room and I said, "Mom, there's a man in my bed." And of course she's like, what the hell? So she comes running in there and there was nobody there. And she thought, oh, it's just you were dreaming or something. And I was like, no, I saw him.
Yeah.
That's the first
I mean,
thing.
I wouldn't believe a 3 or 4-year-old. If they
A
said
lot of
that
people
either.
don't. I would, but that's because of my experience.
Yeah.
My older son has had some experiences, and even my younger one a little bit. But older one, I think, has the one I have, which is just, it's like they start to come to you more in your head when you get older, if this is your ability. So you'll suddenly be, you'll just know stuff. That's the best way to put it. Like, or I'll know what they're telling me. It's very.
So if you're hanging out with me, do you like?
Well, you had a session with me.
Well, I
the only thing we
know.
never figured out was baseball.
I know I don't get that.
Just sit with it. It'll come back. It'll show what it means. It's sometimes it could be something you don't know about someone that was like something significant to them. Most of the stuff.
What did you say? You said something about baseball, but I don't remember. Other than
I don't remember. And that's another thing. I have what my other mentor, who's a medium, tells me. It's called medium amnesia. It's like we just forget.
You just read it and then it's gone.
Yeah. I remember certain things like friends that, people that come to me as, who've had a severe loss and like children. I typically remember the kids, the spirits that passed.
So you can like be
Child-
walking in a
children.
grocery store and someone will pass you, and do you see
Sometimes
things, or
it
is
depends.
it just a feeling?
It's more of opening it up more than it is closing it, if that makes any sense. So like,
Okay.
I think because I
So you have
spent
to,
most
like-
of my life.
You have to be very focused on that person. Otherwise,
Yes and no.
you've got like walls
it's,
up.
it's kind of hard to explain how it works
Blinders
because and you have to, you go through, like being raised Catholic, you go through this entire it's wrong, it's bad, it's not of God, and it's like I've
Yeah.
always had a relationship with God. Like I've never doubted him, never doubted Jesus. I've seen Jesus since I was a child. Like it's never been a problem for me. But it's always other people that
You've seen
put that.
Jesus? Have you really seen Jesus?
Yeah, I've
Does
seen him
he
since
really have a beard?
little. I mean, I don't really know how to explain what he looks like. He's almost like, if you ever see that, there was this child savant who was a painter, and she painted a picture of him, and that's kind of what he looks like. He's, Arabic looking, but he has like piercing eyes. But they weren't blue. I don't remember, like, it's more of like, it's not like you and I are having a conversation. It's different with a bodiless person. So
He's
Yeah.
bodiless?
well, yeah, he doesn't have a body anymore.
Which is that he's not physically in the room.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
physically like he's present, but it's his energy. It's his soul or his
Right.
energy.
How much? When people talk about being able to read people's energy, like if I were to say that about you or about Meredith right now, like that's something that I feel like I have a pretty acute radar for. It's similarly difficult to explain.
Yeah,
I feel like where it's like I just know.
So
I don't know how to
energy-
tell you why I know. I know that person
Reading,
is.
that's a different ability. So I can do that with people that have passed away, but I swear I can't. Sometimes I can't tell if someone that I'm friends with is not what I thought. I mean that's kind of hard to accept when things happen. You're like, I didn't expect that from that person.
Yeah.
That can be hard, but I think with the spirit world, it's more about I'm there for the person sitting in front of me. Like it's not about me. It's not about my feelings on anything. It's about trying to help them with whatever they're going through, whether it's losing a child, losing a parent. It's even pets. I mean, I get pets that come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm there for, and I always tell people, don't give me too much information. Don't tell me anything other than yes, no, or I don't know. That's all I need to hear from your mouth. And write down what you don't know. And I don't. It's hard to explain how they talk to me. It's like I'll be sitting. I mean, I'll be sitting in front of you, and I'll just suddenly feel like, okay, I'll use an example. So I think it was yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before. I did a session for someone, a reading, and she right before she got out of her car, I knew her mother was there, and I knew her grandmother was there, and I knew she had a dog that was there as well, and sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes it'll happen like when I'm exercising prior to doing a reading. So I'll just be walking, and all of a sudden I'll pick up a dad or something like that,
Right.
and then
The energy.
Yeah, I'll just know.
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, mom's here. And then like sometimes I pick up their personality. Sometimes I pick up their looks. Like one of a family member of hers came through and I was like, he's a big guy with like a beard and he's got like real teddy bear quality about him. But like her mother was more her personality. Like I knew she was very forceful, very strong-willed, and so and I can also read people who aren't there in the room. I can make a psychic connection with them. So if I have a client in front of me and I know that they're surrounded by someone who's a narcissist or something like that, I can pick that up a lot of times. In fact, I say I have Nardar. It's like, it's like I can pick up narcissism from people that aren't around me or I've never met is more likely than even if I was to be in the same room with one. It would be probably harder for me because once you start talking to me, it's like you become somebody I feel like I know.
Right.
So I try not to. I don't know how to explain that. I can't. If I'm friends with someone, I wouldn't. Sometimes I don't know that they have those tendencies.
Well, like you don't want to color it, right? You don't want your reading to be colored by.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
that's
I don't.
why you have them say just yes and no, right? Like you don't want to know too much.
Well, I mean, like if I was say Meredith was a narcissist, okay, and I like just met you, and I'm talking to you, I would pick it up a little bit, but it's always baffling to me that I can actually pick it up if you were like you weren't, but you were married to one, and he's not even here. I can pick that up.
I see.
Like, or if like I can make connections.
So could you pick up that my ex?
He was he wasn't fully
Covert.
There's different types too. There's different types
Right.
of, and sometimes it's not
It's a
even,
different scale. It's a sliding scale.
sometimes it's not even, it's not even, well, like right now. So there's a woman here. I think it's with you. She's with you. It's a grandmother. You have a grandmother in spirit?
No, my grandfather passed recently.
Nope, that's not yes or no.
Oh, sorry.
Do you have what about a great grandmother?
I do have a great grandmother that has passed. Yes, but I
Okay.
wasn't very close with her.
It doesn't matter. They come through. Like that's another thing that's kind of wild. Like you'll get people that they're like, I didn't know them that well. It's like that they are here.
Yeah, I was going to ask too. So one time I had a reading just recently because my mom passed in January, and she, I had asked her. I said, "Is my mom here? And does she have anything to say?" And she had just passed, and so according to her, in the spirit world, it's almost like they're getting acclimated, and so she
Sometimes.
can't really communicate right now.
Sometimes I've had one.
However, my dad, has been gone for almost 10 years, and so he's very well established in that world.
yeah, they
And so
they
he
do
can
tend
talk.
to communicate differently over time.
Yeah.
And even with you, like there are signs, there's stuff like that is like different over time. Like okay, here's an example. Like I'm smelling peppermint. I'm tasting and smelling peppermint. So
I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you about that too, because
Right now you are?
the energy, like reading, like the way that it happens to me. That's the only like connection that I can make to it. So you're saying that it's different for sure. But that's where I was going to go next. Is like whenever I try to describe it to people, I'm almost like sometimes it's a taste almost.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like a overwhelming feeling. Like I just know that this person's up to no good. I have no evidence, but I just feel it. But sometimes it's like a taste, like a bitterness. Like if somebody has like a certain type of energy, it just like, and I don't literally taste it, but that's the only way.
You're
I know how
talking
to
about their energy. You're picking up on their energy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a
It's
that's a
like-
taste.
and those
Sometimes
are-
it's a taste. Sometimes it's like a color almost. Like,
right,
it's
those,
like,
and that's olfactory. Those are your taste and smell is more olfactory. So it's more like those are your clairs. So there's different clairs that you have, and it could be with
Claire's, is that what you said?
clairvoyance, claircognizance,
okay.
clear audience. I mean, there's different ones. My strength is more clairvoyance. So I see visions. Like I see a lot more in my head of like I'll see a color or I'll see like a cup or something. And to follow up with what you said about people who when they first pass, sometimes they won't come through very strong. But sometimes I've had it to where, and my friend who is going to listen will know who I'm talking about, where I had her uncle come before she knew. That has happened a couple times in different.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep.
No, that's
jumping in.
okay.
This is just it's very fascinating to me too. My
Yeah.
my wife, my grandfather passed recently, and my wife's stepfather, who was really like a father to her, passed like a few years ago, and she had a dream like the day before my grandfather passed with both of them in it, which is very odd because they spent almost no time with each other. My grandfather liked him a lot, but they spent almost no time together. Like physically, don't think that they spent more than maybe a couple hours ever.
But the
But she
couple
had
hours
a
they
dream.
spent, they liked each other.
Like he talked about him all the time, even
Yeah.
though he had, barely knew him. So like the day before he passed, my wife had a dream about that. And then the other thing I was gonna throw out to you too, that it's spirituality and faith is a very long conversation. But I would say that I'm more spiritual now than I've ever been. But I maintain some of my resistance to some of the organized forms of religion, these kind of things, obviously. My point in saying all that is that I'm a little bit paradoxical in that way. Like I'm very open to it, but I also have like some severe resistance to certain parts of it. My point in saying all that is that after my grandfather passed, I had a really weird experience that I've never had before that I felt compelled to like tell my mom about, for example. And I was having trouble sleeping, and the long and short of it is that we had these pillows that my grandfather got for me, and for whatever reason, I just clicked in my head that he had got me those pillows, and I just started having like a full blown conversation with him. It felt like he was right there. Did not feel like a dream. Like it was
But
distinctly.
was it a dream?
It felt distinctly different from a dream. Like
Yeah.
it was like the only I don't know how to
Were
describe
you
it. Is
in
like I was,
You were asleep.
no, I was trying to fall asleep. Like
yeah,
I,
that's so. What
Oh, you
I'll
were
explain
like
what that is.
in
So
like a daydream.
like I could
Lucid.
like the lucid dreaming
Dream.
maybe, but I specifically could not fall asleep. Like I was having trouble. Like I was tossing and turning. Like so, it's not like I was like I was in and out. No, like I quite literally couldn't fall asleep. That was like the whole problem at that moment. And I'd actually slept with those pillows a couple nights before, and I was like, oh, that actually helped me fall asleep. That's why I grabbed the pillows. Like I couldn't fall asleep, and as soon as I laid back down, I don't know how to describe it other than like I was in his house. I was talking to him. He said he even said something like. And of course I'm going to lose the conversation now, but basically I said like this is crazy, and then he said the same thing, and then he said something about like if he came in looking like he did at some of the pictures at the funeral, I wouldn't recognize him, which I thought was a really like incredible detail, because I was like, yeah, it's probably true. I'd probably be like, what the hell, you're not my grandpa, my grandpa. So I was having like this conversation with him, and then like it was almost like I touched it and it went away. Like I tried to like I was interacting with him, but I tried to like shift the scene, and it like was like saying, and it was gone, and it hasn't happened since. But it was like so like poignant that I told my mom straight up. I was like, look, I talked to Grandpa last night. I don't know what else to say. Like I talked to Grandpa last night. So I happen to have had like a very specific to what you're talking about experience recently.
yeah,
So,
a lot of times with when you're trying to fall asleep, the one time that they actually will, I can hear them, is as I'm falling asleep.
that's what. I'm sorry. That's what it was. I forgot.
They yell at me and wake me up.
He always called
Oh, wow.
me. He always called
I
me
just
big
hear
guy.
frogs.
He always called me big guy,
Pond.
and he's the only person that calls me that. You always hear frogs when you try to fall asleep. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Because she's a pawn.
Oh.
It's fine.
I was like,
Totally unrelated.
Wait a second. What?
Continue.
I
Sorry.
hear frogs.
He always called me big guy, and nobody else calls me that. I don't call anybody that. Like it's not terminology that's common at all. And whenever I had that thought, I was like, "Oh, Grandpa got me these," and like I heard him say, "Good night, big guy." That's what started the conversation.
Yeah, I'll literally just be sitting there, and I'll know the way that they would have spoken, like they're
cadence.
yeah, like I mean, I will say things that they would have said. That's another one that I
Oh,
get.
so it's like they come through you.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in
Kind of.
me, but they're like
Right.
they're. I say it's like playing telephone with heaven. It's
Right.
I get pictures, I get just sentences in my head. The one thing that I cannot get, I have before, but it's not very common, is names,
Okay.
which is a little frustrating. And I always feel like they do it to be funny because I've gotten so frustrated with it. Like
I don't know that anybody. I mean, any person
get
that
an-
I've talked to, they don't have names.
it's weird though, because like sometimes
That's
I'll
super
get,
specific.
but I will get it occasionally, and I'll be like right on, like weird names. Like
Okay.
I'll just know someone's name, but I get initials a lot.
Okay. What about
Dates.
I
I'll get,
did
like-
a healer class, remember, a while back, and I was learning about chakras. So can you see? So chakras are okay. What are they? Let's see.
Spinning-
It's crown. Is
There's
it third eye?
crown,
No,
third eye, throat,
throat,
heart,
heart.
ego.
Okay, I didn't.
That's your ego.
Okay.
Your stomach chakra.
Where's
your
base?
ego, and
Sacral.
and root.
Okay. What's the base chakra? Is that the same thing as?
Base chakra's root, I believe.
Okay.
That's what connects you to the earth.
Anyway, so
I
when-
started my spiritual journey actually as a Reiki
healer.
healer. Yes.
So for me, it was, it's hard for me to grasp this because it feels so, it feels so like
this is something that I'm
woo-woo
gonna,
sometimes.
This is what I'm going to tell you. I say this, and I probably said this to you before. You know Wi-Fi is real, but you can't see
I
it.
know,
You
I
can't
know.
feel it. You can't.
That's true.
It is real. It's
And I know that
radio
chakras are
frequency,
real,
same
and I know
thing.
that energy is real. But energy, for some reason, I can feel it now that I'm trying to attune to it. I can feel it a little bit. I can feel when I walk into a room and I'm like, oh, this energy is off. You know, but as far
Yeah.
as chakras, I'm like, oh, I see your crown chakra. There's somebody's hanging on to it. You know, just like, can you flip him off? That's
I mean,
weird to me.
everybody. Okay, so every Reiki master, I mean, honestly, they're all different. I mean, and you know, the one thing that a lot of them have learned to do, which is what we have to do, is to accept what we're seeing. And that as a medium, I've had to really do that because I could give you example after example of all of the hundreds of sessions I've done for people. Is that, you know, I could be seeing something that makes zero sense to me.
Right.
Like I always use
With
this
Reiki?
example. No, I'm talking about as a medium.
Oh,
But
okay,
even
okay.
as with Reiki, because let me
with
just
Reiki,
tell you,
you don't touch, right? It's all
you can.
energy.
You can.
Right. Oh, okay.
I will touch if I feel like I need to, if it's something really hard on them. Like the thing about Reiki is I was knowing things on their body when I would be over. That's when I was like, something's off. Like my mother said, when there were signs that I had what I have going on, but we just didn't know, you know. And I think God had a plan for that because I don't think I would have been mature enough or able to handle it when I was younger. Now I feel like I can. Like I will not drink and do it. I won't, you know.
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't make it go
You can't
away.
drink and read people.
I can.
You can.
But
Lots
I
of
don't
people
wanna.
drink and read people.
I don't read people. That's the thing. I'm reading the other side, and that's a lot of different types of spirits. You can walk in a room and you can choose, most of the time, not all the time, but you can choose if somebody's there you don't like, you can walk out, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't always apply with spirit world. Like, so it's like, I'm
But
literally.
you could pick up on dark energy,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I know when.
So-
That's another thing that reminds me of like, and I'm only throwing this stuff out because like whenever I try to, I sound like I'm sure you get the reactions about some of this stuff. I sound just talking about energy and people's energy. A lot of times people look at me about that and be like, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "You don't feel that?
Well,
you don't feel that? Like, how do you
because
not?"
a lot of people don't. They're not. They're just not
Well,
attuned
we are
to
also
it yet.
very bogged down with pharmaceuticals
Distraction,
and bad food and
Everything
I mean,
to not make you clear of mind.
you have to
For sure.
really, I mean, you have to do in order to strengthen whatever your spiritual abilities are. And here's the thing. Everybody has something, like whether it's a physical ability, like obviously I can't operate on people's brains. That's incredibly talented, right? Like I can't do that, but I could give that neurosurgeon a message from his mother, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he couldn't get that from just anyone. So it's a little bit of a different ability in that regard. But
Well, you have to be open to
people aren't
to healing yourself and to looking inward and to it's a nuance, right?
well, there's a lot of, I mean, there are a lot of frauds and phonies.
right.
I was gonna say there's probably a lot of people that give you a bad. I mean,
Who
there's
give-
videographers that give me a bad name. I can imagine
There's always
that there
people
aren't-
like that. Yeah, there's always people, like even in the travel industry. I mean, there are people who mess up all the time, and then they don't want to ever use a travel advisor anymore because they've had such bad experiences with it. So there's that's like in anything, I think. But you have to take each one as an individual and know that you'll find your right fit, as far as like especially with spiritual counseling, because that's what this is.
Right.
You're getting counsel from the other side. You're getting counsel from heaven. Let that sink in. That's not something you just throw out the window. It's like when I tell people, sometimes I have to tell people things they don't want to hear because it's what the spirit world wants them to hear. And here's another thing. I can't predict death. I do not know when someone's going to pass away. And if anyone is doing that, I say that's not good. Run. I don't predict sickness, but I can tell sometimes, like, I wish I could sometimes, because of friends who've, I wish I could have seen, oh, you got stage 1 or cancer. But it's the things that I do see are usually preventable things. So
Right.
I had
Like
a client,
you've got some thyroid issues you need to work on or something
yes,
like that.
exactly. And I can't do it for myself.
Yeah. Zzz. Oh my gosh.
I can't do it for did I mention I can't do it for myself? Because believe me, I wish I had known this a couple years ago. Anyway, so
You don't know something I heard about that the other day that I liked a lot, because I have a similar. I don't mean to keep relating things to that. It just reminds me of like whenever you're able to like help people with anything, like give life advice or something, then you're like, well, why can't I just listen to myself? I heard something the other day. It was actually a preacher, by coincidence, but he said that the fruit from an apple tree or something, the fruit's not for the tree. The tree eats water. The fruit is for the people that walk by that can grab that fruit off. AKA the fruit, your gift is not for you. It's for others.
it's an ability. It's,
that was good.
It's
Isn't
a
that
gift.
interesting?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
it's a
interesting?
gift
like the
for
tree doesn't
you.
eat apples. The tree eats water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
You know?
gift for you. It's a ability for me.
Right.
And so, and I, the whole thing about, and money exchange with it is more about, it's just paying me for my time. And I always have a sliding scale for people who, don't have a lot, or veterans.
How
things
do
like
you
that.
how do you create a business around this? I'm pretty curious.
That's why I'm in the travel industry, because it's
not
not
really-
I don't do it for the money.
And you wouldn't want to, probably, right?
No, and if it's a close friend, I do not charge them. I mean, if anything, I'm just like, oh,
You started out at bar mitzvah parties?
what?
No, I'm kidding. I didn't start.
I'm like, what? Okay. Well, so when you start, you're just doing it for friends, because nobody knows about you. And
Right.
this is my business is entirely word of mouth.
I didn't know. I don't even know how I found out about it.
About me?
I'm losing my voice. Yeah,
Well, I think we were working
about
out
what
together.
you did. We were working out, but how did?
And I mentioned to you, I told you, I think
Okay.
well, and Angie's.
I mean, how do you
to visit.
advertise for that anyway?
You don't.
That'd be weird.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who's ever come to see me has been a referral.
Yeah.
My friends know, because, like, I'll sit there and I'll just like it drives some people crazy, but I'll like kind of fill in their comments. Like, they'll be saying, I'm going here. And right before they say where they're going, I'm like, oh, are you going blah, blah, blah. And it's like where they're going. They're like,
Yeah.
do you want me to tell you this story? Or are you just going to, and then there's a misconception that it's mind reading. You're not mind reading. You're simply picking
Did your
up
husband
things.
know?
Oh yeah, he knows.
Okay, but I mean, before y'all got married.
No, because I didn't even really know.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was. So my mentor, Lana Johnson, I went to be certified in hypnotherapy. And this was after I was a Reiki master. I went to get certified as her hypnotherapist, and Mark was my teacher, and that's her husband. Right. And Lana, his wife, was the one who kind of opened my eyes to what was going on in my head, because I did not know that that's what this was. Like,
Right.
I constantly would have like, things going on like in my head, like a story. I wrote a story in elementary school and I got like the award for the best story. I swear it was not mine. That was somebody else's story, because
Did you keep that to yourself? You have to keep that on the down low that it was not
I didn't know
yours.
at the time. I didn't know it wasn't mine. I thought it was. I thought my imagination was so wild that
Yeah.
I would just come up with like other people's lives and stuff. That's how it feels when you don't know what it is. And so it wasn't like Sixth Sense for me. That was just. I mean, that is kind of, it's a movie, but. But I'm not saying that other kids don't have that experience. I mean, it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
I also would hear them sometimes, but it's almost like if you took your cell
I would
phone.
feel like I was going crazy, to be honest. I mean, it would
I
be-
just am. I'm crazy. It's fine.
You're like,
I mean,
I
I'm
am.
weird. I've been weird my whole life. I figured this is just part of it, being weird.
So there is an aspect of like when you were talking about your friends like saying that they're going to go with it. So there is an aspect of reading in real time as well.
So what do you mean?
So
by-
like earlier we were talking about like reading the energy of people presently. And
You were
saying that
talking
it's
about-
mostly people outside of the room
Right.
and stuff like that.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
reading me. You're reading.
I can
like,
read. I can read you too.
Yeah.
Like if you
So
come
you're
as a
more
client, I don't
just-
know you. I can pick stuff up on you you're going through. Like if you're
Right,
having,
but earlier you had said you
Like
would-
almost
you
like that's
would
a separate
see-
ability. Like
yes,
to-
I consider that a psychic
so
ability.
you kind of have both. You're just stronger in one.
So you've heard of remote viewing?
Yes.
Okay, so where I can go
But
and
for
I've-
people that don't know,
Okay.
I haven't heard of it.
So remote viewing, it's an actual practice even for the SEALs
yeah,
and
the CIA. There's a bunch of declassified
Yeah,
stuff. with
yeah.
The CIA that they used it.
they would find people like myself who have this ability, and they would ask us to remote view things that are going on around the world. Now, whether it's a practice.
That's Medium,
Well,
right?
it's
I
like-
was in that
no,
show.
It's like astral
Did
projection.
she do that?
She
Okay.
would do that sometimes. Now, Alison Dubois herself, I mean, you have to read
Oh,
her
right.
books, because she's obviously, that was for the show. Some of that was for the show, but I mean, every one of us is different on how we pick up people or, she made a good career out of it, obviously, because she was working for the Attorney General, helping him, with cases that were
I mean,
hard
those
to-
people were doing crazy stuff. Like they were having them remote view Mars, and like stuff like that. But how they would test it is like they would basically have like in an envelope or something like information.
Yes.
Right, that they could not know.
That's
It's
what I-
impossible
and
for them to
that's-
know. And they
I
would be in
would-
a separate room.
That's what I
Okay.
did. I would sit there with like envelopes that someone would put stuff in, and I would start describing things in the envelopes. Now it's not. Here's
That's
the
a
thing.
lot of pressure. Wouldn't that make you nervous?
No,
Okay.
I mean,
I guess if you're a fraud, it would
I
make you nervous.
don't get nervous about it anymore because I'm not always right, but they're always right. The spirits are always right. So
Right.
whatever I'm getting, like your grandmother, I was like, no, there's a woman here, and she's somehow related to you. She could be your wife's grandmother, but she's here with
Yeah, my
you.
wife's grandmother, she was very, very, very close to.
And so I always I'll pick up who they are, and then I'll start picking up things about them. So it could be, like I said, it could be smell. Like maybe she liked to suck on peppermints, things like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not fully in it, but I'll just start getting things like that.
It's almost like just like a radio transmission, right?
Yes.
It's like, which is why they do a lot of that kind of stuff.
That's why you can pick it up on EVPs.
on
and-
EV
So
right.
you're not stressed out about it.
So it's like you're just-
So you just like let it flow in,
Yeah.
and then it flows
I would imagine
out.
that's the part of the difficulty, though, right? And
Like I
not
can see things,
wanting
and
it
I'm
to
not.
shut off.
I don't
and-
want anyone to come after me, but I'll see things. I'll know the truth about stuff that happens in the world. Like I'll know what's really happening, and I'll even know. That's why I don't pay attention to the news, because it's like their narratives are 9 times out of 10 lying.
Right.
And so I pick up. I go on my own. Like so when things happen, like a mass shooting or something, my husband will come up to me and he'll be like, all right, don't look at the news. What do you see? And I'll just start picking up stuff like
Wow.
the Vegas shooting. Cause I was picking up the real story, which again, I'm not going to say cause it's,
That's a whole rabbit hole. That's a good one, but that's a whole rabbit hole.
it was
So,
not what they were telling people. And
Vegas
so
shooting is very weird.
I was picking up that, and I pick up things.
So it is. I don't need to keep coming back to this, but it is a mix of like in the moment and being able to read past what
Oh, yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that stuff sounds very, very familiar to me. Like familiar to the point of like knowing things and not saying them or acting on them because I can't explain why I know them, and so I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna. It sounds
No,
silly for me to be like, well, I know for sure what you're doing. Like
You can't do that
with
because that's
people,
like walking up and rubbing someone's shoulders just because you're a professional masseuse. You can't do
right,
that.
right. But like with people and
Unless they're cute.
if I have like right,
I mean,
then you're good to go.
sorry.
But if like in
Am I
personal,
allowed to tell that story at the
Continue.
gym?
Yeah,
What
tell whatever story you
story?
want. Tell,
Well, no, that just made me think.
tell whatever story. Go for it.
There's so many.
The
There's so
guy,
many.
the single. You want to know who's single?
Oh, he was so cute.
Oh, okay, he was cute.
was so cute.
I'm married, and you're not.
I did.
She asked you to read it.
No.
This is totally unrelated.
This is totally
I don't know why
unrelated,
this
but
is
it
coming
just,
up.
it totally made me think.
I'm
I
getting
just
called
totally thought
out,
of it.
but it's fine.
Yeah. So no, what
No,
she
I
did, it was just her and I were hanging. We were walking out from working out, and she has some cojones on her because she was like, I'm gonna go ask.
I was like,
I'm gonna
what?
go ask. Although you did tell someone you didn't have a penis.
happening?
I don't know. She's jumping from one story to
am.
the next.
But she went up to this guy and said, "Hey, my friend wants to know if you're single."
No, I said, "Are you single? Just asking for a friend."
Guess who
He
was the
was-
only friend that she was with in the whole
He
damn
was
gym at that moment?
He was so
me.
nice. He said
I was
no. And then I immediately walked back to you.
To me.
So
Hey, here's the report.
And she's like,
Yeah.
I said asking for a friend. And I was like, he's going to think it's me.
it's like I'm the friend. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was
It was fine.
And to this,
It was fine.
And
It was
even
fine.
still, like, we see him. I'm
That
like,
would have been
he
helpful
still
though
thinks
if you were
it's
like
me.
before
I
she
know.
walked over there. You're like,
Well,
I'm just over there like
I
on my
think
phone.
next time I see him again, I'll just say,
I don't care. If
"Do you have a brother asking
There
for
you
a
go.
friend?"
there you go.
Or
Yeah. Yeah.
now that I know that,
of course, you never know what the brother will look like.
Yeah.
You never know where a story
I don't
like that
know.
is.
It's
Or what-
you know, if you don't say something, then how will you ever know?
It's true.
It's you just have to get over that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
But
You're-
what I was saying before, just real quick, is that it reminds me of like having, even if it's like a confrontational conversation, it doesn't have to be, but even if it's like a confrontational conversation, like a lot of times I'll know people's intentions. I know where you're really coming from. I see right through, like to a degree that, like you were saying, it's like I almost wish I didn't sometimes, because I would almost rather not know that you're really coming from a bad place, or not know in some instances. But it's hard to act on that sometimes, because it's like I don't know how to tell you that I know this about you, because people
Well, you
take
don't.
that. People
You-
take, but I just mean like in cases where like, I end up being right, and then it's
Right.
like I don't know how I knew that. I have no clue. I have no clue.
Write it on a piece of paper.
I'm thinking about a situation that I have going on right now that has been going on for almost a year. And I mean, I could lay out dozens of different things that I very specifically said. This is what they're going to say here. This is what's going to upset them about this. This is what's going to. I haven't talked to these people at all. That's the whole thing. Is that we
Right.
don't speak.
You just write it on a piece
Yet
of
I
paper
know.
and put it on their car.
That's probably what I should do. In all
And it's
seriousness, is
anonymous.
maybe like date, like write down and date predictions like that. Because I guess my whole point is.
You'd be like, people be like, there's some random person writing
Yeah,
little
right,
letters,
right. They'd be
putting them on
terrified.
cars.
They'd be terrified. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
But
maybe.
I guess my question is, to bring it back to the conversation, it's just a lot of this stuff you're saying is fascinating to me, so I'm having trouble locking in. But
Focusing.
But to bring it back to the conversation, I guess my question is like, how do you learn to trust things like that? You know, and or
I just tell
you
Spirit.
just tell it how it is.
I say straight up to God, I'm like, if you want them, if you want them to receive
No.
this message, then get them in front of me somehow. Sometimes it's through other people. Like I said, like this isn't some big money maker for me. So it's like, I'm not out here going, you know, oh, your friend needs to come see me because her husband's here. It's not like that. Like I will simply say, you know, you can pass the message along as you feel like it. You know, like it's not. It's about getting the message to different people. I mean, I've had people who come who are just straight up. It's all other people. Like they're literally will get a lot of people for other people because they don't have a lot of loss in their life. Maybe like they haven't had some big losses, or they just, you know, and this is what happens too. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of a thought and they'll just float away. It's just, that's part of being.
I have a question because
Yes.
I just remembered. I have to switch topics just for a second because I did at the very beginning. I said we're talking to you about, what did I say? Travel, spirituality, and Pat Benatar. And then I feel like we have to touch on Pat Benatar real quick because
Gotta pay that off.
because somebody's gonna watch it.
You'll
and go,
notice like
what the hell is
the
she talking
different
about?
podcasts that I've been on, the different like
Things you're talking about?
artists or whatever they're like focused in on. Like, yeah.
I mean, I was a big fan back in the day of Pat Benatar.
Well, she's a lovely person.
Yeah.
I didn't have a whole lot of conversations with her. It was just sort of.
But your husband tours with her, right?
He did.
So that's why I brought it up.
He toured with her for I think it was like 2 summers ago, maybe. Yeah. It was 2 summers ago. Yeah, it was 2023.
Yeah.
Because it was fun.
And he's a sound engineer.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he does front of house and PA and
That's so cool.
yeah.
Weren't you saying didn't he tour with Pink too?
Well, Pat Benatar opened for Pink
Pat Benatar open for Pink. Gotcha.
twice, and
Gotcha.
not twice, but I got to see
Which
it
is
twice.
crazy. That seems a very strange.
Oh, I think
pairing.
I think there's a lot of mutual respect between the two of them, especially. I think
Well, I don't know. Pat Benatar was a real badass back in the day.
yeah, and I think
guess-
Pink is, and so
Yeah.
I think her name's Alicia. That I was told. She's also very much, I think, strong,
In her masculine energy.
yeah, just a strong and beautiful singing voice, and puts
Yeah.
on a hell of a show. And so yeah, I think that it was neat to see both Pat and she's still amazing. I mean, she
Is she
really
really?
can sing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she was. I think
She's singing all the old stuff, like Love is a Battlefield.
Yeah, she sings "Love Is About." Yeah, and she's really talented, and she was very kind to my husband, which, I always appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yes, that's how the Pink thing gets in is her opening, and she didn't open for all of Pink's shows. It was just some of them, and I went to the one in Boston, Fenway.
I would have loved to have seen her show. She does a lot of aerial stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I was kind of praying for her because I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, she's like flying all over the place.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I think she's out for some kind of surgery or something. I don't know. I saw something about her not touring for a little while. I don't know if it's like a rotator cuff. I don't know.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Rotator
So
cuff
hopefully
bad.
she'll be back at it eventually. But
Sound engineer touring. You got a travel business. You're a media.
I know, all
you guys
kinds
got a
of
lot.
stuff.
You got a lot
And
of
working
interesting
out.
stuff going on.
Yeah.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wet versus dry sauna. I mean,
Gross.
Well, we got
All that
opinions
kind
on
of-
everything.
It just kind of grosses me out, the name wet sauna.
it's
Blech.
you should try it. It's not bad.
And I've already tried it.
telling you.
I'm good.
When they get the light fixed, I'm telling you, the whole flashing light thing is weird.
I do
It's
not
like I'm in a
like it. I
music
feel like I'm
video
in there
or
with a
something.
bunch of people and all their sweat is on me. That's what it feels like to
It's
me.
not. It's
yeah,
when
I
you're
get what you're
sick.
saying.
It's just you can breathe it in, and it's funny. We're doing like full circle.
I do miss
going
it.
Back to the
I do
sauna.
miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to. I don't know where we are with time, but I wanted to do the lightning round. Should we do it now?
You can. I mean, you're 52 minutes. If there's anything else you want to talk about the travel and the meeting, so that could wrap us up before
Anything else?
I don't know if you mentioned this, what you were doing before the travel business and like how you transitioned into that.
Well, I had somebody at the time who owned a company, and I worked for her for a little while, and then started my own. But yeah, I was kind of. It's funny because I talk about this. I always was. I prayed after Covenant happened because I was having some people come for that, and that was really hard to.
You're speaking about the Covenant shooting.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Covenant shooting. So it was really difficult for me, and I just remember saying to God, I really need something that, is a little different, like more grounding and more. And I always did love to plan travel for my husband and and for other. I even always told my mother, I was like, I'll plan it for you. Let me plan it for you. Like I like it. Like it's fun for me. I mean, I always told my partner Lindsay, I'm always like, we're like. We nerd out like just talking about it, and the other girls are starting to like see it because you get really into it.
A quick question too. With travel agents, I was wondering because I know back in the day they were huge, and so my question is it still? Do you still have lots of? I mean, obviously you have lots of clients, but have you noticed it's coming back?
It's coming back
Because there for a while it was. We don't need a travel agent. You can do it on our own.
I think people started realizing that when they had hiccups, if you will, that it's nice to have travel advisor, supplier, and even like, could we make connections? Like, that's the thing. My partner, she's been always making connections. Now I'm starting to making connections, for for us and for our advisors, because say, for example, something happens at, the W in Punta Cana, and I have clients there. They call me, they're upset. I know the manager. I know our BDM for Marriott. And I have Classic. If I booked it through Classic Vacations, which is our supplier, I know how to get them fixed.
Right.
Like whatever's bothering them.
What about if you're working with Disney? Because Disney's so huge, like say Disney Cruises or something.
I booked Disney. I booked Disney Cruises. I booked Universal. I've booked all kinds. I book pretty much everything. I just tend to really nerd out about Europe. That's my thing. But I did find that in the Dominican, I wanted to hear about the history. I wanted to hear about the people and the culture and I kind of tend to do that.
So do you share that with clients?
Sure.
If they say, we want to go to the DR, and, do you go, okay, well, this is the history about it? Or do you wait until
It depends on what they want.
Because I wouldn't necessarily come to a travel agent and say, give me the history Like, how many times do you get people to ask about?
Not very often. I mean, it depends on what they're into. If they're into historical stuff, or if
Oh,
they're,
because you've got tours and stuff you can do, like if you want.
yeah, I mean,
historical
Dominican
tour.
is more. That's what I was saying. They're trying to make it a little less, not less, but just adding some, different things to wanting to go there, not just going there for, the all-inclusive beach experience or whatever, or even just the beach experience as a whole. They have golf there. I mean, they have so much stuff that you don't. Well, people know about the golf, but there's stuff there that you don't really know about until you've actually gone there and talked with them and seen
Right.
it for yourself. I mean, they, if their main business is tourism there. In fact, that happens to be the case in a lot of places because, even Europe. I mean, Europe it's obviously they have their own things going on, but a lot of their business comes from tourism and American tourists and other Europeans coming there. And that's the same thing I noticed. There was like other islanders from other islands coming to Dominican to vacation because they wanted to get away from thetheir own island,
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so I don't know. I mean, people ask you, normally when someone reaches out to a travel advisor, it's because they want it. They always assume they need it for Europe, but they don't assume they need it for a cruise or an all-inclusive because they think, oh, I can just do that online. Well, the difference is that, like I said, you have myself, you have the supplier. I mean, we have your back.
Do you book the excursions as well? Like for the DR, you would probably do like
Yeah,
a catamaran or something like that.
Oh yeah, I say to I set up their private transfers. If we have a big group, I make sure everyone has a I get their flight information. I mean, we do it all for people, and so that way we know everything's done, and we've done it. You get to like kind of know the hotel, and
Right.
so I always make sure there's a little something in there, for in the room for them. It's really about relationships. That's what being a travel advisor is. It's not, you can go and book your own travel through even like a touring company that we actually work with.
Do you throw in a free reading?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I don't.
I mean, you should. This would set you apart.
But
Girl,
I have.
this
I
would set you
have-
apart.
I was curious if they ever cross over for any reason.
I have had when I've been in like Italy or places, I've picked up things.
But I'm just saying this would be a good selling point
Well,
for you.
Definitely differentiate you.
It just
It would.
It definitely would.
well,
We can do a trip to
do like
Europe
a pre and
and
post.
a free reading.
and a tour
And-
of a ghost tour.
I will knock off stuff off of your crown chocolate
I'll knock that man hanging
Yeah.
onto your crown.
for a 10% discount.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know.
So the reason I kind of keep them separate is because of like some of my clients probably wouldn't be open to it, and so it would be.
I mean, I was joking, but still.
Yeah, I know you are because I wouldn't do that because I
But
mean,
it would be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
I think
I was curious about that. I was wondering if people ever give you, like, if you ever have a rip, like, downstream negative effects from talking about stuff like that, like with your travel business, for example. Like, do you ever get people that are like, hey, listen, I heard this thing you were talking about, and it, I mean, I wouldn't think that people would, like, not want to work with you because of that, but I know that people are,
Everybody's different.
Yeah,
I
so,
mean,
like, do you ever have- does that
somebody
ever
probably
happen?
does because
Does that ever
it
happen?
triggers them in some way.
I mean it hasn't that I'm aware of, but
It will now.
well,
No, I'm kidding.
now that we said it.
yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
That's good.
I've actually have clients that came to me for sessions, and now they're my client with travel.
So those
gotcha,
people, you
gotcha.
can do a package deal.
I mean, they'll be
a different
the other way
package.
around, I guess. I guess you could start.
I mean,
It's
I
a
will say
bundle.
this. I will
You
say
can
this.
bundle it.
I would be happy to, like, if I was doing a fam trip with some of the other advisors in my group, and I want to give a little shout out to all the advisors because I have to do that. So we have Candace. There's Elisa Hoover, who's in Alabama, and she used to live in Leapers Fork.
Okay.
Kristen Mingy, she's in Leapers Fork. And let's see, Destiny Leathers. It was
Is
funny.
that her real name?
Yeah, Destiny Leathers. Her
a good name.
well, she's a Disney, and she loves Disney, but she's actually really killing it with other bookings. I mean, she's
Okay. Could
yeah,
be your name.
It's in, yeah, I know. I was always like, you could do all kinds of things with Destiny.
I mean,
for a travel
Yeah.
company. Yeah. And so it was funny
My
because
mind's going somewhere else, but
well, I auctioned a trip to Punta Cana at my children's school, and her mother-in-law bought it. And when she told me about her and how loves Disney and was wanting to specialize, my partner, like, we should try to see if she's interested in joining us, because she was with a really big, huge host agency. So I think this would have been more personal for her. And so then we would have more of a Disney person if we got busier with other stuff because she has little kids, so she loves Disney.
okay.
And and then
Who doesn't love Disney?
Lindsay Roberts, and she's in Seattle. Well, she's outside of Seattle, but Seattle, Washington is her base, and she's our, probably, I want to say her and Candace are our newest.
Okay. And then there would be me.
And Valerie.
I would be the
You're
new.
coming.
Valerie's in Florida. But some of them work more part-time, and then some work more full-time at it. I mean, every one of them, I swear every one of us has some the other iron in the fire, like what I have with, mediumship. But I mean, I'm finding I can't do as much of my spiritual work because this is how I, pay for my kids' school. This is how I,
Yeah.
it's like I have to keep
You're
that
all
going.
multitaskers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the last question I had about the travel is like if you do, like, I guess just to put it one way, like I would assume that there's a big difference between being a travel advisor here while there's a family of 5 there. That there would be a big difference between that and like just really loving to vacation somewhere, right?
Yes.
And then further than that, like an area that you've never been to before, like what's the process to make that a location that you can send people to? Like, do you always have to go there yourself?
No.
And
So
like, how do you even like
if-
scout like that? Like, it seems like that would be a lot resource heavy.
No, what you do is, so our suppliers, like, let's just use an example, Kensington. Kensington is a touring company, and they have people or Classic, they have people that specifically work or book that area. Some of them live there. So it's like, they know the area very, very, very well. So that's where I tell people, even if you think you can book all your own travel, here's what's going to end up happening. You're going to go to all these different places. You're going to meet all these different people, and not one of them, you're going to have to literally retell who you are, what you like, your food allergies, all that stuff. You're going to have to retell every single one of them. Whereas if you have one of us that knows you and books all your trips, we already know.
Right.
Like, I know one of my clients has is gluten sensitive. I know one has a sesame seed allergy. I know all that about them. So they just reach out and say, here's where we're going to go. And I make sure that's all, taken care of for them. And that's the difference.
Supply the EpiPens.
I do. I literally.
Do you really?
No. I just let them know
I was going
that.
to say, wow. See,
No,
again,
I mean, this
Full
is
service.
serious
this
service.
is
Full
included,
service.
included in the bundle.
Yeah,
so
no. I mean, I simply, make sure that the hotel is aware of different,
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You definitely want to use
whether
one
they
person.
drink, whether they don't, whether they, they would prefer chocolates in the room versus a champagne, things like that. You always try to like make the experience and see if you go to every time you book a trip. I mean, even if you go directly to some of these touring companies, you're going to have a different person every time. But
Yeah.
we get to know, like, say if Italy is I book a lot of Italy. So Italy, I know my different suppliers. I know my main points of contact. So
Right.
I'll I know they've been there. I know they'll do a good job, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like Iceland, same thing. Like you know who.
I want to go to Iceland.
That's only going to basically get stronger over time. Right?
It does.
The relationship that you have, the new relationships that you're building.
But to answer your question, you still do want to go check these places out. You don't want to just send them. And if you haven't been there, you better make sure that whoever you're dealing with knows that area very well. So like I have,
If you do want to go to Iceland,
you want to go to Iceland? Okay. I actually have
Northern
clients
Lights.
going for the eclipse.
okay.
This coming next summer.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Iceland's a pretty popular place.
Yeah.
A
It's
lot.
expensive.
It can be. It depends on when you go and how you go. I mean, that's another thing. Like,
Yeah.
She should have said that. She shouldn't have brought that up in front of me. You're like, now hold on a second. If we do it this way.
if you do, yes.
I won't
mean,
have time for my lightning round, so I'm just.
Yeah, we have, like, you have different levels of travel. Like I said, I could talk about it all day in mediumship too. You have different levels of travel. Not everybody is a unique traveler. And, you have the people who just want to sit at the beach and have pina coladas brought to them. I know exactly where to send you. You have people that want to go, but they don't want to go too far away. Well, then I would probably suggest Dominican, Mexico, something like that. There are places like Barbados and other places that are becoming more popular again, or at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, as a travel advisor, I realized we go to Cambodia and Vietnam. I have clients, they're going on a 30-day, Lindsay and I's clients, 30
Wow.
days in Asia.
Wow.
And they're going to Vietnam, Cambodia, and it's beautiful. You don't think, we were at war with Vietnam. When I found that out, I was like, oh, Vietnam's a thing? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Let's go.
Yeah. There's so many places, even Croatia was kind of a battle-torn country.
Right.
Everywhere was a battle-torn country at one point, but, Croatia is in Israel used to be, and now it's like you can't go there. And then it's just like,
Yeah.
the places, I've noticed that they really push tourism if they've had such a rough time. I think that's where they bring in more money and
Right.
to rebuild their country and
Yeah, that
and
makes
it's
sense.
safe now. So, you're not going to, and everywhere that's one thing people ask a lot. Is it safe for me to go here? Or is it safe for me to go here? Well, I can't guarantee anywhere. You could go to New York City. I don't know. It's like anywhere could have an unsafe thing. But to answer your question, yeah, things, I wouldn't send you to the Middle East right now.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to send you to Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm
Unless,
not
you,
going to send
unless you don't like them.
Russia, the thing about Russia is, it's actually not having, itself is not having issues, but there, you also have warnings from the government on where to not, and I keep track of that sometimes just to calm people's minds.
Right.
Some areas in Europe have the yellow or whatever, which means just be cautious because it'll state what the problem is. And it's and then it'll go all the way to dark red, don't go, make other plans basically, because you ain't going in that country. They won't let you.
Right.
So there's always that, and that's always kind of fluctuating, depending what's going on in the world. So
So much.
a lot.
So much to know.
it's a lot.
We're going to have to do part 2.
Miss Lightning Round.
Okay. Are we ready
What is the light?
for
What
the
is
lightning round?
this?
It's just a few questions, a few fun questions
Actually
for
a lot
our
less
listeners.
scary than it sounds.
Because you're just such an exciting person, and I know that you'll have these
I'm such an
right
exciting
here,
person. It's
right
so funny.
here. Okay. Favorite color?
I would say I have 3: purple, blue, and red.
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
Jesus,
Janet.
yes or no answers only.
I know. I'm not okay.
Favorite
we'll say
food?
purple. Mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Oysters.
That's better.
okay.
It's
Mashed potatoes.
Okay. We're not going to have a conversation about mashed potatoes. That's. Yeah. It's a starch. Okay. Favorite sound?
Quiet.
Okay. Favorite smell?
Vanilla and lavender.
Oh, that's nice. I would say chocolate chip cookies.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah. Favorite movie?
Gone with the Wind or Titanic.
Oh, really? Okay, those are good. Those are okay.
Titanic,
Okay.
especially. I loved that movie.
Yeah, it was a love story. Okay, favorite. Well, I don't know if this is favorite, but I'm gonna say what is your biggest pet peeve?
I don't like people close talking, or
Personal space.
yeah. I can handle it for a little bit, but then if they're really getting in there, I'm like,
people just overcrowding you when they're talking to you.
yeah,
Yeah, just people
I don't
are
like.
right
Okay,
here.
so I'm I'm not talking about even if someone's more of an affectionate person, that's not even. I'll handle that. It's more when they're you know what I'm talking about? Those people that get
yeah,
really close.
totally.
That kind of bugs me.
They're just
Or
right. So you feel like you're having
Or
to
sigh,
do
too much
military-
sighing. I don't like sighing. I'm like, what? What are you sighing about?
Yeah. I don't like it when I let somebody in traffic and I don't get this.
Oh yeah, that's
It wears me out.
or really loud yawning, I can't do it. I'm like, please stop. And everyone does, and even I've caught myself doing
Those
it.
are
Like, I
all
hate
really
it when
good
people do. Why am I doing that?
Those are all such good ones.
They are.
And then, do you have any other fun facts about you? I have one fun fact about me. I've never eaten a McDonald's hamburger in my life.
That is criminal. In fact, you should be charged and
It's weird, right?
put in a prison.
So you never put that corroded deliciousness in your mouth.
It's worth
gosh.
every bit of cancer that it gives you.
I've had a Burger King one. I've had a Crystals.
Oh, belly
But I mean, I
bombers.
was in my 20s
Belly
and I was
bombers.
drunk, but
I was gonna say that's usually what
never
you-
McDonald's.
Fun fact about me. I've been the HOA president in my neighborhood for like 10 years.
Okay.
Well, not always the president, but I've been on, I'm
That's a whole nother,
Um,
that's a whole nother thing. That's stress. Like at the highest.
Fun fact, I love most animals. Like there's not really any animal that I would not have
Love?
if I could.
What about a possum?
Yeah. I mean, the problem with the possum is obviously if they're dangerous, I'm not going to go up to them, but
Because you have a bearded dragon?
I do. His name is Spikes. He was my son's teacher, Lindsay. Shout out to Lindsay Queechy. It was the class pet, and well, technically one of the other teachers' sons owned him.
Do you really have a beard?
Well,
It's
they
just a
have like
name.
this. They have this.
Looks like a
Oh,
beard.
this thing. that
Yeah,
comes
and
out.
they're
Okay.
So he is so like he's really pissed at me right now because
God.
he
You just read him.
No, somehow they have like personalities. Like he's like he puts me through it. He climbed out of his cage and fell 3 feet, and
God.
then my dog must have come in there and sniffed him, and I didn't know. He like broke out of his cage, and then he's like pissed at me because he
How do
won't
you
eat
know?
again.
Did you tell the dog?
Huh?
How did you know that he's
No,
mad at
because
you?
so Charlie came running into the room, my son, and was like, "Mom, where's Spikes? Where's Spikes?" His name's Spikes, and I was like, I don't know. He's not in here." And well,
Check his cage.
he was right below his cage. So I'll come up to try to feed him his worms, which is kind of gross, but I do it. And I'll go up to feed his worms, and he'll go like this, close his eyes, and turns
Oh.
away from me.
Oh, he's got attitude. That's the worst.
He does.
Having a bearded dragon with attitude.
I mean, he just is something else. I mean, he's got quite the personality.
I mean, are the worms on a platter? Or are you actually
I actually
holding
put
the
them on a
worm?
little plate and try to offer him to him, and that's when he'll
Okay.
go like this because he's mad at me. But he has eaten them
That's
before.
why you
Like
have
he
to-
like
you
10
have
of them
to
in a time.
hand. You have to do it by hand.
I have tweezers. I'm not touching that little worm.
Oh God, why do you have a bearded dragon?
I told you I love it, and we have a crested
that's
gecko, which is the cutest little thing.
Crusted gecko.
Crested gecko. She's an eyelash gecko, so it's a girl. Her name's Cheeto. It's
Okay.
my older son's.
We should have pictures. I mean,
We should.
Yeah. Because I've never heard of a crusted gecko.
They like climb, and he escaped for like 2
Climb.
weeks. And I mean, I swear we were watching Mission Impossible. I was like, that was Cheeto, like
Yeah.
all over the house,
Should've
getting in the
named
middle of the
him
night. And
Tom Cruise.
she went in and was in my Christmas cactus, and I found her there. She had been surviving on my Christmas cactus from my son's room all the way downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I have hermit crabs too, and a cat and a dog.
She have crabs and a bearded dragon.
I have a bearded dragon.
The end.
I have a bearded dragon.
Period.
My upstairs neighbor one time asked me to feed his bearded dragon, and I was like, "I'm sorry, come again." What the?
Yeah.
A what? A bearded dragon? What are you even saying?
Yeah.
And he was
What's
like,
that code for?
He was like, "Yeah," and it's like I went and saw it, and I was like, "Oh hell!" I'm straight up. I didn't even feed it. I was like, "No, I'm not coming within 10 feet of it."
Oh, my
We were only
Spikes.
gone for like a day. to
My
be fair,
Spikesies he's
I mean, I would say they're fairly slow, right? Until
it's just like it's not.
No.
Even,
it's not that they're slow. Spike seems slow, but then he'll surprise me. He'll
When he
just like
jumps at
take
you.
off. No, he just gets mad and he's like, because I have to give him a bath every day because that's where he goes poop.
oh my God.
It's a whole process.
I mean,
So
it just goes
he has
on
to go to
and
the bathroom
on.
in there, and so then he jumps out, and I always have a towel waiting for him, and I scoop him up, and they don't. Yeah, and
I thought I had it. I thought I had an issue because I have currently there's 4 cats and 4
I
dogs
do love cats too.
at my house.
I love dogs.
But you have just
Variety.
it is a cornucopia.
well, and I take care of other people's animals too a lot. So
Okay, I may need you then.
well, it depends. I mean,
Okay.
my dog Frankie has been kind of a pain with other dogs lately. I mean, he's fine. He just like
I would have to bring the dogs to you.
yeah, I'm not going
Oh,
here. Yeah, that's
okay,
the whole
that's not
thing. I
gonna
bring
work.
people
That's not-
bring
oh.
their dog to me, and I can only do like one extra at a time, maybe 2, and that's if the other one is
All right. Well, you
cash.
just lost my business.
No.
Unless you want to bundle it. If you want to bundle it with a reading, with a free
No.
reading, then
How about this? Like, I'll take care of your cats for you.
okay.
When you go out of town, when you book a vacation with me.
Okay. Okay, deal.
When you go to Iceland,
Okay.
which you will do one day.
I will. I'm going to travel. That's on my list. I guess we're pretty much done, right?
Okay.
We're done.
So you're
gotta
going to
pick
go
up
get
your
a
kiddos, so.
McDonald's hamburger.
I will not. I'm going to go dancing tonight, so I have to eat light because that's one thing. It's not fun when you're dancing and it shakes and then there's no burping, none of that. Otherwise, I won't have any dances.
Well,
I won't get picked. It's kind of like you're at a school dance and you're just kind of waiting around.
yeah. Oh, ew.
It
really?
is. Well, yeah, kind of.
So you just like stand there and wait for somebody to
Sometimes,
ask you to dance?
yeah.
Okay.
But
I
I'm
figured
actually.
you just got out there and danced.
Well, no, I mean, I'm far enough along where I'm about 7 years into it, where I know the people that I'm comfortable dancing with, and so it's a dance when you're watching the dance because you're waiting for it to be over, and then you're like, okay, him, and then you go quick, because if you're a good lead, then you're never getting off the dance floor. Poor guy.
Oh.
You're having to just go. You just make a beeline. You're like, you want to dance? Yeah, that's that for another day. So, yeah. So thanks. We're done, and another podcast under the belt. And like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And thank you so much, Megan, for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
and talking about all this interesting stuff.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and thanks for having me.